It seems like in today's market, the only thing you have to do to sell a house is to put a sign in the yard. But the reality is that homes that show well always sell faster and for more money, even in a market like this. So today, in this Captivate series, I'm going to show you one of the 4 things that every house needs to get ready to go on the market. So this is one of those classic front entry rooms that looks honestly really small without anything in it. But when you stage it with furniture, it looks purposeful. It's got some great space to entertain and meet with people as they come into the home. But without the furniture, it almost looks like a mistake that anyone would put such a tiny little room at the front of the house. So when I'm flipping a house, or if you're going to help someone flip their own house, one of the things that I like to do is add finishing touches that make the house look more luxurious, like the wainscoting. Wainscoting doesn't really cost that much to put in. You can see here that we actually left the wall as it is and then put the trim around it and then painted it the 2 different colors. So it looks more high scale, even though it didn't take a whole lot of effort and a lot of money to put that in there. And then as you stage your homes, even little details like you see the mirror here in the hallway and the table gives a little bit more of an aesthetic look to even just the hallway as you come into the space. In newer homes, we have what we call these great rooms. So there's not a lot of separation between the spaces, which is nice. It's nice to have an open floor plan. But it makes it a little bit more of a challenge when it comes to selling the property if it's not staged. When it's not staged, it kind of looks not only small, but it doesn't look as functional. You have to place the floor rugs or area rugs and the seating with the kitchen all in one space, so it looks like they're meant to be together. So gives the space a very functional and very nice look to it. Empty, on the other hand, as you can see, it just looks like a big open room and not quite as big as you'd probably like it to be. So for a 3,600 square foot house, the kitchen seems relatively small, and you'll find that in a lot of big homes that have kind of these pocket kitchens, I guess. But putting in really fine details, as I mentioned with the wainscoting, helps to make the kitchen look a lot more luxurious or more of a gourmet kitchen. So adding the subway tile, nicer pulls and handles on the doors and cabinets, the granite countertops, the gas stove and things like that are a big element in making the space look nicer. And lighting is probably one of my favorite things to improve on. Lighting is one of the first things you see and makes such a big difference. So having a nice chandelier that complements the space in a way that makes the small space look a lot more functional, but most importantly, more luxurious. So we had an opportunity to show this house before it was staged, and the biggest complaint that we got from the 2 people that came and looked at it was the master bedroom was just way too small. And people love having a big master bedroom and master suite. Now, as you can see as it's being staged, that with the chairs and the bed, it looks like a normal size master bedroom. It's a 14 by 12, I believe, room. So it's a decent sized master bedroom. But without the bed and the chairs, it does look really small. When we bought this house, it had an unfinished basement. We paid $435,000 for the house, and I think there was about 1,700 or 1,800 square feet upstairs, and there's another 1,400 square feet downstairs. Now, as we looked at the comps in this area, the downstairs square footage sells for about $90 per square foot, maybe 80, somewhere around there. And the cost to finish out the basement is about $30 to $45, depending on what kind of finish work that you do down there. So I'm going to show you this basement, but that was one thing we looked at with this property, is that there was an opportunity to actually gain some money by finishing the basement. It doesn't always work out that way, but if you're looking for a house to flip, you may find that unfinished basements, which we have a lot out here in Utah, might be a good way to up the value of the property compared to what it would cost to get that basement finished. So we wanted to give this basement the same luxury look and feel as we had upstairs. So we added the wainscoting and the 2-tone paint, just as we did there. And in this space here, instead of it just being a big open area with carpet and the homeowners have to figure out what to do with such a big space, we decided to put in a dry bar and then a foosball table. And then over on this other side with barn doors so that it can be opened or, of course, shut to watch movies, is a theater room. Instead of the traditional theater room, we wanted it to be something that was just as easy to watch a football game with people out here kind of, walking back and forth, or with the doors shut and the lights out watching a nice movie. Now, it's going to be really tempting to kind of skimp a little bit on the finish work when you finish out a basement. You know, keeping the cost down means making more money. But again, it's about the feel of the place when people walk through it. So not only is the staging important, the details, as I mentioned before, the tile that we used, we also did the subway tile on the surround in the bathroom, and the floor. It's still an LPV floor, but it's a little bit nicer than just a basic carpet that most would put down here. Now let's talk numbers. After spending $435,000 on the house and adding another about $70,000 for all the improvements, we are in the house about $505,000. We have the house listed for $629,000, which you got to admit, that's a great profit right there. But with this crazy market, it got pushed up even more. So we had offers that came in as soon as the house went up on the market, and we accepted an offer for $665,000. So as you can tell, there was a great deal of profit made in this house. Join us for these Captivate sales coaching classes. We'll show you other great value adds like staging homes to help you become a high value real estate agent in this crazy market of discount services.